All right, so today looking at Dandasana, what you'll notice with this whole series of seated poses is that generally if you need a block for one of the poses, you'll need the block for kind of all of the poses. So Dandasana, I'm going to start with a block under my bum. It's the exact same rule. So if in Sukhasana seated pose, if in forward fold, you needed that block under the bum because you round your back, then you're going to need the block under the bum for Dandasana. So what we're working on here is developing internal rotation, adduction, flexion of the feet, engagement of the thighs, and then length of the hamstrings. And then we're creating this energy. So Dandasana is seated staff pose, and it is for many quite boring or quite inactive. So a lot of people will just kind of sit here and be like, I'm not really doing anything. So what we're doing in Dandasana is we're trying to engage all the locks in the body. So you've got your pubic lock, you've got your core lock, you've got your throat lock, okay? And these all have fancy names, but you don't need to remember those names right now. And so what you're gonna start with is the legs, okay? Foundation first. If you just let your legs go, you'll notice that the legs flop out naturally. I want you to imagine that there's a zipper along the insides of the thighs. You're going to zip the legs together. You're then going to start to kick the heels away and flex the feet. Now this is where you might start to round backwards. So if one block isn't enough, put another one under the butt. You've got that same kind of railway tracks of the butt going backwards and this slight anterior tilt. So then I want you to kind of squeeze the pubic floor, the pelvic floor up, and you're gonna draw the navel in. So again, you've got that slight magnetization of the hip and the rib towards each other. Now, hands on the mat. If the hands don't reach the floor and you have 3 blocks, you can take your hands onto the blocks or maybe just even place the fingers. From here, you're gonna lift your sternum and you're gonna slightly tuck your chin, okay? Double chins are welcome in Dandasana. And you're going to press the hands down. And what you're gonna imagine is that you're sucking this energy up the body and then kind of almost shooting it back down. So there's this cycle of energy. It is strong, okay? This is a really great pose for when you want to start doing lift ups or hop backs. So it's where you're using the core strength to like levitate the body off the floor. So it's very unmoving, but very active. So I'll just go through it again. Start by flexing the feet, kick the heels, zip the legs together. You're going to pull the thighs, which is then going to tell your pubic lock or your pubic bone to lift in. So everything's going in. And then you're going to draw the navel in, slight engagement of rib and hip towards each other. You're going to lift your sternum. And as your sternum lifts, you're going to kind of drive your chin down. You're going to press the arms down and you're going to find this strength. This is Dandasana, okay? This is it, but it is strong and it is active. Good, let it go and you should feel it. Oh, okay, when you let it go, you should feel it. So that is your Dandasana.